Hello. Alright, so I did have a video planned. I even have it pulled up on my screen here, but this didn't feel right doing it. So I'll put it off till later. But if you can see the title of this, then probably the main reason why I didn't do this video. Just a lack of motivation. And that's what I want to talk about is how does someone get their motivation? Or what do you do until you find it? If that makes any sense. So I know for me not growing up, more like in school, I just wasn't motivated to do anything. People could say because of high intelligence, but it just didn't seem pleasing to do. I guess is what I'm trying to say. I just feel like you get nothing out of it, and then if you feel nothing for it, then what reason do you have to continue on doing it? So you just put it off to the side, end up procrastinating, which is a bad habit to form. So don't do it. I would say my motivation came to a halt at the very tail end of college. So, I have a bachelor's. It took me 5 years to get it. I would say the last year and a half was probably the hardest year I've had. You want to succeed. You want to get all the work done, get it complete, then you have your good old degree, which I'm just sitting right here. Then sometimes you ask yourself why, and sometimes you can't get out of bed. Because of that, I'm not sure if this is the same for everybody. Just find something else to put my time into. So around that time, I actually took up the violin, and it was hard. I think after I graduated, I stopped playing. I still have it. It's out in my living room right now. I'm trying to teach myself it again, but even though violin was fun, it was still just a distraction, and it's hard to come back from distractions. You gotta know when to stop. Luckily for me, I found my way back to finishing getting a degree. First person of my generation in my household graduated with a bachelor, so that's nice. And now it just sits here collecting dust. But what can I say? Finding a job is hard in a pandemic. I've gotten sidetracked. Like I said, nowadays when it comes to lack of motivation, have to set my mind to it first. Before I put it off, I always have to tell myself I need to come back to this. And that's just going to throw it off to the side for the sake of throwing it off to the side. That's going about without having a plan. It seems life is easier when you plan things. So I tell myself, just like, what's something I did recently? Just use dishes as an example. I tell myself I'm putting the dishes off to the side until I feel up to it. But those dishes, they're going to get done. So while I have the motivation to clean, I have the ability to do other things. So instead of washing dishes, I draw or play a game, just something to relax yourself. It feels like most times when you lose your motivation to do something, usually for something that stresses you completely. And I understand that there is no reason why a person should push themselves to be stressed or push themselves to accomplish something that somebody else wants. No matter how long it takes you, take the time for yourself and to grow and to light a fire underneath your heart. If that's how you want to phrase it. Do you ever uh, cooking. Do you ever feel like when you're cooking and oh no, where was I? Alright, so welcome back. My other camera died. I'm sorry. So I'm using my laptop's webcam. So slight dip in quality, but it's what we gotta do. And I currently can't reach a charger for the laptop with the camera. So oh well. But yeah, I was talking about food. Okay, so you ever just cooking to live? That's where I go. Yeah. So most people cook. They're just doing it because they're hungry. But then you have there's certain times when you're craving something and you go out of your way to make it. Or for me, that's finding new recipes to bake. Um, I don't know, it feels different from what you normally do. And sure, you're going to get back to cooking normally, but if it's for yourself, you take your time out to make something you truly want. I mean, last night or I guess early this morning, I made candied pecans, which is something I've never done. I didn't cook that day. Woke up so late, but I mean, it's candied pecans, and I don't know it felt good. Then this is say boiling eggs for breakfast, and maybe I'll make more again. Maybe I won't. But I took the time I did something that I want to do, and I know you're back to doing the other things that I need to do. I can't live off pecans. I know that. You can't live off doing things that hinder you. Sure, it works for a time, but in the end, you're only hurting yourself. If I was just eat sugary pecans, then I gain more weight than I currently do, and I cannot have that. You know. With all that said, thank you for coming back and watching what I have to say in this little rant I went on about food and dishes and motivations always somehow seem to tie together. It's just weird and random. I know. Um. So, not tomorrow. 2 days from now, I promise I'll go through my genealogy. Just read some things I have to say, my thoughts on it. See if you can guess what I actually am. It's it's a bit of things. Some very mixed bag. I would say it's a very mixed bag. Right. Have a fantastic day. Enjoy yourselves, and don't forget to take time off, especially during the beginning of the year and through the year you just went through. You guys need it.